Hello, everybody. What's up? We're here. I got Cherilyn backstage, primping her hair, or hairless. How is everybody doing? Please comment, share, like, give us a bunch of hearts. I do see we have several watching. Please share this. We're going to go over a few things before I bring Cherilyn on with me. I did. Hopefully, Jackie, did you make it? I tagged you in it. I shared it on your page. Cherilyn's mom was like, "How do I tune in?" And you know, we love Jackie. Got to get her on here. I want to make sure she's on. We're going to get started talking here in just a couple minutes. I want to share with you all what we have done this last year during a pandemic. Here we're going on 1 year, and we're going to chit chat for a while tonight. So I'm welcome everyone that has joined. I see the numbers are slowly rising, so we've got people watching, and I appreciate it. I do see a lot of you as share, so please share it. Share. And of course, if you don't know, a million hearts, just heart. Hello, Betty. It's good to see you on here. All right. Let me make sure that we can get there up. Mr. Waterfalls, everything on there. There she is. I was like, there's Jackie. Everybody say hi to Cherilyn's mom. She found us. Hello. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get started on my part of the evening, my little clip that I need to talk about, and then we're gonna bring Cherilyn on and just have a good time to hang out. So I hope you all have something to drink. I have my water and my Tupperware does not sponsor me, but if they want to, Dixie Longate, let's make this happen. So grab a drink, grab some water, tea, whatever adult beverage you'd like, and we'll all chit chat. So as you all know, 1 year ago tomorrow, we had our Miss Rose Dynasty Pageant. And not only did we crown an amazing new Miss Rose Dynasty, but right after that, we went into chaos in our world, and we went on lockdown, and we've been on a crazy ride this year during COVID. We've all learned how to adapt and how to just kind of go with the flow. Sometimes scarier times than others. Sometimes we thought we were going crazy. Sometimes we did go crazy. So it's been a crazy year. And I want to say on behalf of Rose Dynasty Foundation, y'all, we didn't miss a beat. And when I looked back at everything we did this year, I'm honored and I'm proud of what we have done as an organization. Hello, everybody. Hey, Lena. Hi, Jackie. Hey, everybody. So I'm just going to kind of go through a little bit of the list of what we did. And then, you know what? Let's bring Cherilyn on and we'll talk while I do this. And then we'll get to Cherilyn's celebration. So let's say hi to Cherilyn. Miss Cherilyn Matthews, our Miss Rose Dynasty 2020. Hey, girl.
Hello. I look a little different.
You're not as hairy as I am. I'm definitely right? But you have a little bit going on there. That's okay. You look great. Thank you for joining me tonight.
No, thank you for having me.
And your phone is either going to love me or hate me every time we do this.
It is crackling and popping, so I'm going to do my best to make sure I understand exactly what we're saying and what's being said for sure.
Can you hear me okay though?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just I think it's my speaker. I'm not 100% sure what the deal is right now.
Who knows? That's all right. No. Everyone is mom says COVID stole your glory. I don't know, Jackie. Let's talk a little bit.
I want to wait for that.
You know. Everybody is saying it's great to see you. So let's talk about Rose Dynasty. Cherilyn, did you know that I have done 53 story times since COVID started?
I can believe it. It seems like every time I see you, you've got a children's book in your hand.
You know, and I have a whole bookshelf of more to read, right?
I know, right?
We did for several months on Thursdays, we did a mental health break. Let me try to, that's going to keep popping.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
Let's pop you out again because it didn't even come back in. Pop you out. That's it and come back.
I'll hop out. I'll be right back, guys.
All right. Yes, he's so beautiful. Sorry. We're going to fix that sound issue because it was, I don't even know. Last time we did that, she couldn't even hear me. So we want to make sure that. But so while we're waiting for them to pop back in. Hello, Jennifer. Everybody, we miss you all in person so much. And definitely please send us hearts and likes. Here they're back. Let's see if this works now. Is that going to be better? You're on.
Am I on? Okay. We're
All right.
on.
Cross
That is better. I don't hear it crackling.
Cross our fingers, y'all. Sin's good juju. All right. So let's get back to this because I want to get to you tonight. This is really mostly about you tonight. So for several months, not only did we do a story time every month, so 53 story times, for several months, we did mental health with Lindsay and Patty. So on Thursdays, we did that for a very long time. No, you didn't miss anything, Jennifer. You just jumped in just in time. I did several months of chit chat with Momma where I had some amazing guests, which was awesome. Every Saturday, starting in April, we did a team game night on our Discord server. So that means over 50 game nights we have gone on and on and on. And these kids still get together and meet. And I've had some great team leaders now that are leading it, so I don't have to be there every Saturday. We're rotating it out, all done online. It's awesome. And we have anything from 5 to 25 teams that show up. We did several movie nights. And this is where I'm proud of our teams, y'all. We did 2 team nights, and they raised over $3,400 for It Takes a Village and 2 teams.
Awesome. That is awesome.
And our teams are, they're so talented. So talented. We partnered with It Takes a Village here in Lakeland. We help them out, and every week I work with them. And that's just still crackling and popping. There we go. Just unmute when you want to come back when you have something to say.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. There we go. Is it popping now?
It's coming in and out.
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
That is insane. All right, we'll just hopefully don't drive y'all crazy.
I don't know if it's my phone. I don't know what it is.
Can we use Maya's phone? Maya, can we steal your phone?
Maya, can we borrow your phone? Can we borrow your phone? Oh, she's on her phone.
Oh, your Aunt Gina says, I love you.
Aw.
Yes, Lee, our teens are the best. They are. Is she going to let us do it? Because this is going to go bad.
Yeah, this is insane.
Technical difficulties.
Hold on. Let me log out real quick and let me see what I can do, okay?
Okay, and I'll send the link to Maya just in case.
Okay.
Y'all hold on with us. Be patient. We appreciate your patience with that. It, of course, worked fine. So anyway, it was an amazing year to have during the pandemic. So proud. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. So Cherilyn's going to get set back up, and we're going to try to fix that static because, we don't need to hear that. All right, so I'm just going to keep going, y'all. Our teens raised $3,400 in 2 teen Nowlet nights. Amazing. We have partnered with It Takes a Village. We feed almost around 300 families a week. I'm there every Thursday and several Saturdays a month. And several of our families have volunteered that. And if you want more information on that, we definitely are looking for more volunteers now that the world's slowly starting to open up and all. We can definitely use those volunteers. We do practice COVID safety. Everything is touchless when we drop the food off. It's amazing partnering with so many other organizations that we are able to make this happen. The Universalist Unitarians, the Atheists of Central Polk County, Red Tent Initiative, Planned Parenthood, and several others. Along with that, our teens, about 20 of our teens are going through a peer education class through Planned Parenthood, and it is a basic sex education along with how to be a peer educator. These teens are learning a lot, and I love that opportunity that we're able to do that. I ain't even halfway done, y'all. I feel like Oprah, and this is what we did. We did Closet Ball with Robert Rigsby and their group. We did Lake County Pride. Several of our teens were on Austin Drag Festival, their live show. We did a 24-hour drag show with another one. I did an interview, and we'll talk about with Cherilyn, also with my friend Veronica Electronica in Nashville. Great podcast. I did a story time at Casa Dega. I did a story time at the Universalist Unitarians. I did a podcast with Torah. I did a faith leaders where I spoke there. I spoke and taught a diversity inclusion class with Florida Polytech, which was amazing. And I spoke at several GSAs, Gay Straight Alliances, throughout the pandemic when the schools opened. I did it all digitally. And then we even did a event where Mr. Aphrodite performed with Drew Project. And there's so much more that we did this year. Listen, all in the middle of a pandemic, when it felt like the world was ending, it came to a point with so many of us, we just had to reinvent. We had to create something and just keep moving and keep pressing forward. And I am so proud of our teens. I'm so proud of everything that the help that I've received doing all of this. And we're still doing this stuff. Our teens are still meeting every Saturday and they're having a blast. And there's some other stuff that we're working on. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. I heard, Mason was part of the Teen Talent Night, part of the peer education. So many of our teens have grown, and I'm so proud of them. A lot of our teens are more introverted, and the pandemic maybe didn't affect them as much, but I feel like we even kind of drew closer together because we communicated more. We went from doing a teen night once a month in Lakeland and once a month in Gainesville to a teen night every Saturday night online. And it's blossoming. If I'm not mistaken, we have over 70 teens in our Discord server, where they just pop in and out and show their art and talk and have a good old time. So all that to say, it has been a busy, crazy year, and it is 2021, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen this next year. So I think I see Cherilyn down below. Let's see if this is going to work better. Hi.
Hi.
Are we on your phone or Maya's?
We're on Maya's phone. So thank you, Maya Buena Matthews, for letting us use her phone and getting her off of the gaming system for just a few moments.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you.
She said she was watching her stories.
Oh, she was watching her soap operas. I know. Poor Maya. I appreciate it, Maya. Oh my gosh. So yes, what Jennifer said. So many amazing teens and a great mentor. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. And of course, Jackie. I love you too, Jackie. Oh my gosh, sounds so much better. So, Miss Rose Dynasty 2020. Thank you for opening Pandora's box.
Exactly. I've been told by many that I caused this.
I mean, you literally went, tomorrow is going to be 1 year. We were just talking about this before. Today, basically 1 year ago today, you were texting me about crap in your pants. Like you were
just freaking out. Freaking out about everything.
And it was an amazing pageant.
It was. It really was. I had been to like a lot of pageants and did a lot of different systems, but I've always been backstage helping someone else. And so for me, finally to be like, you know what, I think it's my turn. I think this is the one I'm going to do. I will say it was one of the best experiences I've ever had, and one of the smoothest actually for some of the other pageants that I've been to. It actually ran so smooth, and me and the girls had such a good time. Like I couldn't have asked for better fellow competitors. Like they were all just amazing, and we all shared a dressing room, so we all got to talk it up and have a good time, and we just laughed our way through it and had a blast.
You have been to previous, and of course we've known each other for almost 10 years, and I said this when you and I interviewed after the pageant when we did a chit chat with Momma. I take pride in creating that safe space, not only just our stereotypical love, accepted, wanted, but a safe space where we weren't going to put up with any mess. You weren't going to put up with any drama. Josh does an amazing job at helping us put on the pageant, the backstage and all the backstage help. And then of course, all the front of house volunteers and our teens, it was so amazing. And to watch all of you all come in as boys, every single one of you were nervous. Several of you, it was your first pageant. Your first pageant, I think it was Freya's first pageant. And I think it might have been Dixie's first pageant too.
It was Dixie's as well. I think that Ray Light was the only one that had like, and I think the veteran of the group,
having one pageant before, right? And you guys did great, and y'all built a great relationship and friendship even through that, and we'll talk more about that probably later. But I love that. And I love to hear that you felt, is even though nervous of competing, you felt that your competitors that you were by, there was a safe space there. And that was important. You didn't have to worry about leaving your stuff in the room.
No, absolutely not. It was amazing. The whole experience was amazing. And if I'm not mistaken, and it has been a year and I can barely remember what I did yesterday, but I do recall like us helping each other out and stuff. And I remember even after the crowning, me and Ray alike, we were setting up for a picture of the two of us together because she was my first alternate. And I bent down and started fixing her dress. I've got the crown on trying to teeter, hold it up, but I'm sitting there fixing the bottom of her dress to make sure that she looks good in the picture.
You did really well at creating that sisterhood.
It has been nice. And, what's funny is that we've all kept in touch. Since then, we've all kept in touch, even with like Freya. She did a pageant not too long ago, and I was trying to get in to do a benefit for her, and our schedules couldn't work out the right way or whatnot. But even still, just encouraging her to do her best to go out there and get that crown and everything.
Yeah. And you actually got to perform at that pageant as a guest performer.
Yes, I did. I was invited there, and that was actually the first time that that I got to wear my crown in public.
It was, and I was scared. Oh my God, we were so scared. And I got to judge that pageant, and it was the closet ball. It was October, so it had been so long since the payment, and they did a pretty good job. But we had a good time being together. Jennifer did say that you were an amazing addition to Rose Dynasty, so she's so glad you won.
Oh, thank you.
I am too. And hello, friend. Who we never see or hear from. I never see or hear from.
I actually saw Angel earlier today at Joanne Fabrics, and he was like, "What time is the thing, and how do I get on there?"
And Tiana has been to almost every one of our pageants and been part of it, and I love Tiana. Been such a great. Victoria said it was nice seeing us there. It was good seeing you, Victoria. Absolutely,
good to see you too.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So much. And let's talk about what you did this year in the middle of the pandemic. And then I want to backtrack, and because you showed me, and you may have shown me this last year and I forgot, but your Bible that you created.
I do have my Bible.
I want to put a pin in that because you were like, I have my pageant Bible, and I'm like, I forgot what that was. I was like, okay, whatever, Cherilyn. Whatever.
Whatever that was.
Whatever that was. But we'll talk about that in a second. So first and foremost, we did a count, and we didn't have to do a recount, even though it was Florida. My famous Florida joke. But anyway, you raised over $4,500 in 2020 for different organizations. $4,500 for Spinal Bifida, for the Closet Ball, for Rose Dynasty, for It Takes a Village, for I said Spinal Bifida, yeah. And then, all those. Sitting at your home on camera.
Yeah. And just kind of pushing and pushing.
Y'all, $44,500, more, probably more than that, in 1 year's time in the middle of a pandemic for so many organizations. I am so proud of you, and I'm so glad. No matter what it was, the only time that you weren't able to do things was your work schedule. Yeah. And most of the time you were able to move it around. And I'm so grateful for that. And there were times that I know you weren't feeling good because you had some struggles this year. And, some days you were gritting your teeth, but you were there.
Granny Barrett.
So, and some of the things that you did 4 story times with me, which were great. Of course, you did.
I love doing story times. I'm hoping that we can do so many more because I have had a blast.
We will talk about that because I really would love to. There's some great other stories that have popped up. You did a dinosaur one, of course, because everyone knows we love dinosaurs. You did a Halloween one. We did the Christmas one. I think we did a Christmas one.
Yeah,
and then you did Cindy Lou, and you did the wonderful one about the pretty pink pump.
The diabetes.
Oh, such a great time. In fact, Jen just said the favorite was the diabetes story.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh my gosh. If y'all missed it, go back to our YouTube. It's still on there. You can totally watch all the story times.
You know, I still tell people, I'm like, you guys have got to go to the YouTube channel. I was like, you got to see all the story times, and you've got to go and do the paint nights. I was like, I did my worst impression of Bob Ross, and we painted just whatever we wanted to.
They're back behind you, and they're absolutely
They're actually all back here. There's the first one back here. And these will all be auctioned off later, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
We'll definitely talk about that. And I have mine over on the other side of the room on my wall, on my library.
I'm just glad that you participated and didn't pretend.
Listen, y'all, we're lucky I can paint my face.
I was going to say, the dinosaur one was a struggle, but you made it. You made it.
I did. Oh my goodness. So Casey says, love the diabetes one. My daughter's started pump when she was 3 years old. Yeah. Their daughter started very young. So that was a great story. Great story. So you did the 4 paint nights. You did Closet Ball. We talked about that. You did the Austin Drag Festival, which was so sad that we couldn't have it in person. And I went last year, and it was such an amazing, year before last. It was such an amazing experience. But, they auditioned. I didn't make it. And that's all right.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
You and our teens, both
teens as well. Yes,
both made on there. Amazing. You did Lake County Pride, which was an online event. We did the 24-hour drag online, and I'm so bad with names. The drag queen that did that, if you're watching, I'm so sorry, but we did that. You did one teen talent night with us, and then several.
I was supposed to do the second one, but couldn't because I had to work.
Yep, that was the one with work was like, that's just not happening. And we get it. And you did several lives with me, chit-chatting, we painted, we just hung out. The interview with Veronica Electronica, that podcast. That was fun. That was really great. I'll have to share that again. So that was really, really good. And we were talking earlier, we're like, what else are we forgetting? If we forgot something, it's okay. But listen, again, let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17 events in the middle of a pandemic. I think that's pretty impressive.
Most of them being digital, but we did it. We did
yes.
it. I had thought about it, and I had been on myself. You need to do more. 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 Only because for this being my first pageant and for this being my first legit crown with a title, I wanted to just blow it out of the water. I wanted to do as much as I can. And then when you called me and you were like going over everything that we had done and everything that we did do, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty impressive. I was like, I should give myself a break.
You should. Absolutely. And like I said earlier, anytime that I needed you to do something, you were there. And it was when you were able to, of course, you have a full-time job, but it was like we were able to we saw each other together, a few times, but we were still able to make a difference and do things online, which is what most people in the world have had. Almost everybody's had to do anyway, and I understand. And I know it was hard for you because you had some amazing ideas and some amazing things we wanted to do this year. And one day we'll get to do them one day, one day. But everyone this year literally had to say, we got to come up with a creative way, a different way of doing things.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
And we did. And you did a good job. So let's digress back to when you decided to do the pageant. And I remember you had the conversation with me. I remember on your front porch we were talking about it. I was like, okay, you had a passion. It was a big transition in your life. And I hate the term really is coming out of the closet again for some other reason. Yeah. You can share with that. But and then this Bible thing that we're talking about. But really quick, your Aunt Gina, I think, is it Gina?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I hope you to come home again soon. Love and miss you.
Oh, miss you too. Love you too, Aunt Gina.
So let's start with just a quick recap of why you did the pageant, and then talk about this Bible.
Okay. So in probably, I think it was June of last year. That's when me and you were talking. You had come over and I was like, because Maya, my drag sister, she had done it the year before, and she was first alternate to Tora, who is the predecessor to me. And she had such a good time doing it, and I got to perform that year. I wasn't actually I didn't get to help her because Stacy, our drag mother, is the one that was her helper. But I did get to perform, so I got to be backstage, and I kind of got to see. This wasn't the first time that I had been asked to perform at Rose Dynasty, and I'd always just really enjoyed it. I always just really, we had such a good time backstage, even when I was on the other side with the entertainers and not with the contestants.
Mm-hmm.
We'd had such a good time. And I had been kind of wrestling back and forth because, to be honest, Maya had kind of triggered that pageant bug in me because I never had it. Stacy is a pageant queen. She's won so many titles. And, my other drag sisters, they've done different pageants and they've won. And, they've done all these different things. And I just never had that pageant thing in me. And so finally, just from, helping Maya, design her gowns and, making her costumes and, just the buildup of it. And it was so exciting. It was so exciting. So she finally kind of ignited that in me. And so I'd been talking about it and I was like, I don't know. She's like, just do it. Just do it. Stop being a big baby and just do it. And I was like, so I sat back and I was thinking, well, after 18 years of doing drag, maybe it is about time. Maybe I should try to win one crown and see what happens. So I remember talking to you on the front porch and I was like, got something to tell you. And you're like, yeah, what is it? I'm like, I think I'm going to do your pageant. And you're like, yeah, right. And I'm like, no, really.
Pretty much what I thought. Yeah, I've heard this before. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've heard this story. And so from that moment on, about the middle of July, I started planning. And when I tell you, I was so OCD about it and so like to the very last detail about it that I started what I call my pageant Bible. And I showed it to Mom a little bit ago. I'll show it to you guys. It's just this little plain notebook with a love note from my drag mother on it, Miss Stacy Lane Matthews. And this book has literally every sketch. I don't know if you can see it. Every sketch, every costume. I legit have everything planned out from books and books, pages and pages of jewelry designs. There is pages and pages of just different hairstyles. I went through like a banshee. Like I was driving people insane in this house. I'm not even kidding you. I was going through and like every time I would find something, I have to print it out. Have to put it in the book. Then I would sketch a costume. And if I didn't like the way it turned out in the sketch, I would throw that away and redo it. And like I was going through, I even went through, I'll get past this in just a second, but I think this is super funny. Okay, so this is the design that I drew for presentation. This was my rose gown. And this was all those thousands of rose petals down here at the bottom.
Thousands.
Now, when I tell you that we stoned and put each one of these on here, there was a process before this even started. I made a chart of what the petals would look like and where the placement of the stones would go and where the placement on the ribbons that would hang from the dress would go. Wow. And these are actual rhinestones glued to a laminated piece of paper. So that's how intense and how much I was into every detail about this pageant.
Wow.
Does that look familiar? That's my evening gown.
It does. Wow.
And then there's my crowning gown. All of these sketches were done months before the pageant was even. I didn't even know the date of the pageant yet. Yeah. I just knew it was coming.
You kept like, do we know the date yet? Do we know the date? I'm like, we're working on the details. We're working on the venue. There was a lot of process with that. That is funny. Really quick. Sherry Bartley says, hey, loves. Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Mike. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. So that's pretty serious. And listen, I've been around pageants 20 plus years, and I can say there's a handful of people that will sketch out that'll do like, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. And we can call it whatever it is, OCD, obsession, passion, perseverance, whatever. But it's pretty awesome. Like I think more people should do that, because I know people that literally wait till the day before to sew in their dresses. You know, and this not just our pageant, but I see it all the time. You know, mad rush. There have been people finishing their dresses the day of the pageants. You know,
I will say that starting the middle of July is when I started sketching and gathering, kind of figuring out everything I wanted, needed, kind of ideas for everything. But from August 1st all the way up to March 7th, I worked on my pageant package every day.
Every day.
Something to do with it, whether it be another drawing, another sketch. You know, I got together with Collins Creative, who brought my designs to life, you know, and I'm very grateful for Collins Creative in doing that, because, you know, what I can put on paper, you know, Josh is able to put in the sewing machine and make it happen. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And
absolutely,
I just took every part of it to heart, like the music, the mixes. Like I even got in touch with oh my God, Nikki Blonsky. I somehow managed to get in touch with Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray, and I was just like, hey girl, quick question. I'm gonna be you in a drag pageant. Is there any way that you could maybe film my intro? And she was like, absolutely. She wanted to see everything. So I went through the whole drag Bible with her.
She, speaking of Nikki, I just actually had a chance to talk to her the other day, and she loves you. I need to get her on camera with us. We'll talk about that sometime. But
she almost came to the pageant. I didn't tell you this, but she was almost in my number, and I wasn't going to tell anybody.
Well, she kind of did semi-slip up that she was trying to, but it didn't.
Oh, okay.
But because I got a chance to meet her at the Austin Drag Festival.
Yeah, you got to actually meet her in person.
And then we got to FaceTime you and everything. Oh my gosh, she's so amazing. And that was like the greatest thing. And I'm sure most people were just like, oh wow, there was probably a few that were like, who is that? And the rest of us were like, it's Nikki.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, the funniest part is, like, if you go back and you watch the video of the talent.
Yeah.
When she pops up there, everybody's like, oh, okay, it's her. But then when she says my name, everybody's like, oh.
I know.
Like, it's such a cool reaction. It's such an awesome reaction. And I was very fortunate that and very grateful that she was willing to do that for me, because that was so sweet. That was so sweet.
So awesome. So you spent all that time and you know, it was a great pageant. Everyone brought the talent. We've talked about this several times. Everyone brought it. Everyone brought everything. I'm glad I don't judge our own pageant. You know, I from day one was like, I'm not going to judge Miss Rose Dynasty. Number one, I don't be accused of anything. Number two, I don't want that responsibility. You know, I mean, we'll kind of do some vetting if we have to, but you know, it was hard. And here we go. Angel said, you know, Angel was a judge that night. Angel's judged 3 of our 4 pageants.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Angel will tell you it is hard.
And Angel's critical.
Listen,
she's hard.
She don't play. Oh, Michael says, I love. Oh, you love Rose Dynasty as well? Thank you, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Actually, I'll be talking to you this week, Michael. Mike, sorry. We'll talk soon. But yeah, it's a hard thing to do because, and you know this, and anybody who has been Miss Rose Dynasty, anybody knows me, when you're Miss Rose Dynasty, you're not only representing a pageant crown, but you're representing an organization that I have spent my life, my blood, sweat, tears, and money, and my whole life to build, to create a safe space, to create a family-friendly environment. And with drag, it's not always easy to be, as we would say, family-friendly. It's not always easy to put in those parameters. And I don't like saying put it in a box, because it's really not a box, because you can do family-friendly slapstick and all this other stuff and talent that it's not boring and not necessarily geared toward 5-year-olds. But it's a hard standard to uphold. And you know, I have to do it every day. I have to watch what I say and what I think. And I know for you, listen, and we've had these conversations because we've known each other for all these years. There are many days I know you well enough that you've probably typed things out and then deleted it and typed it
Absolutely.
again. And how many times was I in your head going, should you post?
Should you do that? Should you do that?
I do.
I will say this though. Part of what you just said is the reason why I picked this pageant to do for my first one is that it was. I'm not just going out there and I'm not just going to win a crown and I'm not just going to add that to my shelf of trophies. It was the fact that with this pageant, I knew that I was not only representing this bad boy back here, but I was also representing an organization that is out there with a purpose to help people. Right. And for me, like you said earlier with the whole coming out story again, me getting older, dealing with the health issues that I had and that the health issues that I had kept secret for years, it was an opportunity for me to get that, to open up and get that off my chest and actually do something for that. And that was, for me, telling everybody I was born with spina bifida and sharing with people, part of the struggles that I deal with on a daily basis. And I was able to raise a good bit of money for the Spina Bifida Association, which was awesome.
$100 or more. Actually.
Yeah, it was really awesome. And, I've kept really good ties with them. So I'm still in contact with them at the same time. And what I liked about it was that, yes, I picked them as my organization, but with this crown and this opportunity that that you've given us, and I say us by me and my predecessors, we've had the opportunities to help multiple charities, not just one singular charity. Spina Bifida was the one that I picked to represent for my pageant. And, but after I won, we did continue to support them, but we also branched out and I got to do more things.
Right.
And having that sense of what really sucked was this whole pandemic because like you said, we had so many awesome things planned that we wanted to do. And I think we could have just rocked it, but we did what we could and we did a really impressive job, I believe, and I'm very proud of what, you have allowed me to do thus far. But yeah, that was the sole purpose of this drag Bible and this whole shebang was just the opportunity to be able to help people.
Absolutely. And, on that note, we talk about this pandemic and we talk about everything that has happened and what we missed, but yet we surpassed what we could have done. Yep. Today actually was supposed to be Miss Rose Dynasty 2021.
Yes, I was supposed to step down today.
Yeah. And I do not know why I just got kind of emotional with this right now, but it was hard to not be able to do that today.
Yeah.
It was hard when Dr. Phillips emailed me several weeks ago and we're like, we're going to go ahead and cancel this and, postpone it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So myself and the board and talking to you and talking to Josh, that the announcement that we have tonight is that we have decided to postpone Miss Rose Dynasty until 2022. It was a hard decision in some aspects, but a wise decision in many. We don't know what's happening with this pandemic. There is no way we could have had the pageant today in the capacity that we did in the past. There was no way that we could have even moved. So we have decided that we will not be doing the pageant until, knock on wood, crossing our fingers, March of 2022. And on that note, I am asking Cherilyn, and we have asked Cherilyn to carry on to be Miss Rose Dynasty through that time, to carry on this next year. And hopefully that we can soon do these things that we've been wanting to do in person. And, to no fault to anyone. Well, really, it is her fault for opening Pandora's box.
It's my fault. Regardless, it's my fault.
So people are coming in. Mom said that we're shocked when we decided to tell the world. I couldn't have been more proud. And of course, we have Miss Madeline Rose. Got to say, time to give up the crown. Madeline, don't be jealous.
Still mine, girl. Still mine.
And then Jennifer said, we will say Cherilyn got the crown twice. So what, I don't even know if we really have an official what we're going to do with that, but Cherilyn will keep the crown. She will still be the reigning Miss Rose Dynasty. It'll be Miss Rose Dynasty 2020/2021. And we will continue to do work. We'll continue to raise money. Her and I will continue to work together with the community. Speaking of, we've got an event coming up at UCF, which we are excited about.
Very excited. That's coming up really quick. That's on the 20th.
Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday. So we're really excited about. We've been asked to raise money for Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital, which is, it is. It's
an awesome opportunity. It's an awesome opportunity.
We're going to have a blast with that, and we'll have more details of that. So all that to say is, we're really proud of everything that Cherilyn has done, everything that Cherilyn's going to do. And just for safety, and a lot of talk, Josh Collins is on here and says, you get a whole year to get the girls to compete. Exactly.
Yes.
A lot of time, a lot more time to promote, a lot more time to do some stuff. And you know what? It just means that 2022 will be even bigger and better. And that's okay.
Hey, it gives me a whole nother year to make me another Bible of what my step down's going to look like.
I can't wait to see the step down Bible.
Well, I will say this. I just want to tell you publicly on this video, thank you, and thank the board very much for giving me the opportunity to not only extend my reign, but to actually get a physical reign instead of a digital reign. I have had a blast over this past year doing everything that we've done, and I'm hoping that we get to do everything else that we plan to do. So hopefully that's going to happen. But no, but seriously, I really want to thank you and the board for allowing me to represent Rose Dynasty for another year. I had thought about it as it was coming closer and coming closer, and I was like, for some reason, I just don't think it's time for me to say goodbye yet. I just don't think it's time. And, and we started talking more, and, we were having with the pandemic and some of the issues with the venues. And when it started getting closer, I'm not going to lie to you, I got a little excited. I was like, what do you mean we won't be able to have another pageant? Yeah, I was like, you mean I get to wear this for another year? But no, seriously, I'm just grateful that you guys have allowed me to do this, and I hope I will continue to make you guys proud, and just to get out there and help people, and hopefully we can do a lot more this year than we were able to do last year. Considering with vaccines now and people having a lot more information now.
Exactly.
Hopefully we could just go out there blazing and see what happens.
And I think we will. There's so many comments coming in. Oh my gosh, I got to catch up. So let's, I'm going to get to these. Wow. Angel, being a judge that night was pretty difficult because I've known Cherilyn for a long time, and to tell her I cannot talk to her or tell her that please, while you're outside having a cigarette, I can't be around you. She was it was a difficult night. I had judged not because of what she knew, but of what she's capable of doing, and so on. Yeah, absolutely. And listen, Angel, we all know, anybody knows you knows that you would not have.
It was completely judged fairly. Like when we ended up outside together smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
we went opposite direction.
I will tell you that. Yeah, Tiana was pretty hard on you, but that's
she was the strictest one out of all of them. She
right.
Burned me up the most.
Madeline, you're going to be the first runner-up crew. I mean, this is just how it is. You can't compete. Your time is.
Madeline. Madeline.
Let's see. Oh, Josh says we need 100 yards of chiffon.
Yeah, me and Collins Creative have already started talking about my step down, and I think he's starting to sweat a little bit.
Lord, chiffon. Jennifer says, I look forward to getting back to normal at the same time. I feel
for the neurodivergent, disabled, and
Oh,
medically complex community who finally found inclusion in live streaming. That is one thing I will say is a bonus from live streaming. It has brought people who cannot physically come to events. It has brought them in and has brought them to the front row.
absolutely.
And we can talk directly to them. And I do, yes, being someone who does have a disability, I 100% agree with you on that.
100%. And even I'll say this, like we go back into start doing story times. My goal is to still have them live streamed.
Oh, I can't wait. Girl, we got to talk about these story times. I got some ideas.
This is what we can do. Absolutely. But, you know, we're moving into a new realm, and there are going to be people that may not want to leave their homes yet or anything. So my plan is to still continue to do live stuff, even if it's live with a group of people, because I want those who have felt included that hadn't maybe felt included before. So absolutely. We didn't live stream the pageant last year because unfortunately in a theater of that capacity, there are laws and rules, and we just couldn't pay $5,000 to stream it live.
It would have been so difficult with everything that was going on. It would have been so difficult.
But in the future, it's something we can look into. It does cost a lot of money to stream from a theater, but we can talk about that another time. We're so proud of you, Cherilyn.
Thank you.
Mom sending some hugs and love. So thank you all for your kind words and stuff. We really, really, really appreciate, you know, y'all tuning in and chatting with us and talking about some events. You know, Cherilyn and I were talking, like we said, we're going to be doing UCF. So it's going to be Maya Buena Matthews, myself, Mr. Aphrodites. I always forget their drag name. Eros. Is it
Eros Gemini?
Yes. Eros Gemini. I know their real name. I'm like, what's their drag name? They're going to be doing that. So yeah, so I'm excited. Maybe we have a couple others that may be joining us too for that event. Oh, Madeline Rose will be there. I'm sorry. Before I forget to say that, Lord Jesus.
Don't you forget that. She's going to be coming for this crown.
She is.
You know, it's going to be locked in my trunk. She won't be able to get it.
Trying. But so we're going to be doing that. Of course, story times are going to continue. I am working on some other projects. Cheryl and I are talking about some other projects. And of course, Twyla Holiday was like, I'm so proud of you, Cherilyn Matthews. Come on to your reign. Yeah. Yes.
My first pageant, I get to wear the crown for 2 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness.
I told you when I won that crown, I was like, I'm never taking this off.
No, right. I'm telling you, her voodoo worked.
Oh, thank you so much, dear.
Thank you. All right. So you said you had something you wanted to say that I don't know about.
Okay. So here's the deal. I figured after we would go through and talk about all this stuff, what I am going to say is, I don't know if you guys know, but Mama has been working in Lakeland for It Takes a Village, which you guys provide food for families that are struggling, correct?
Correct. We feed over 300 families a week, and everything is delivered to their doorstep. So we have over 30 volunteers that drive and do deliveries. We pack the boxes and we deliver. Yes.
Okay. So, and I know that I personally have a lot of crap to get rid of. So what we're going to do is we are going to do an artwork auction. I'm going to talk to Mama later about the details. She doesn't know anything about this right now.
New to me.
We are going to do an artwork auction on the Rose Dynasty Facebook page.
Okay.
50% of the proceeds will be going to It Takes a Village. The other 50% will be going to another organization of our choice. We'll figure that out later. But I am going to donate 50% of all the proceeds to It Takes a Village.
Awesome.
In Rose Dynasty's name. So that will include the very first paint night picture, the Halloween one, the Pride one, and a whole slew of artwork that's in the front room of my house right now. They will be reasonably priced. So that way, if you guys do want the artwork, it will be affordable, and it will still be able to give back to, families in need. So me and Mama are gonna talk about all that. Also, I want to let you guys know, it's funny that you mentioned the whole viral going digital, going viral, has been able to bring people together closer. I am going to promise that from now on, any events that me and Momma and Rose Dynasty do together, I will be going live before the event or after. I'm not real sure yet. I haven't figured that out, but I will be going live for at least 10 to 15 to 20 minutes just to talk to the people who couldn't be there, just to make them know that I appreciate their love and support anyway. So it's the one thing I'm going to promise with my next year's reign. And also this whole list of things that me and Momma have come up with, I'm hoping and I'm praying the biggest one that got canceled is going to happen this year. Because if it does, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. So we're going to do our best. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight for our special announcement. Thank you for letting me have a 2-year reign. Thank you for letting me represent you, because this is all you. And I'm going to hand it over to you. So I'm all done.
First of all, oh my God, thank you so much. That'll be a great little announcement on my Tuesday morning meeting with my It Takes a Village folks. You and I actually, when you said that on media, started having some ideas. So we'll make that happen. And someone just asked, can other artists donate art to participate?
Absolutely.
Once we work on the details of that, I'll remember to get with you. And I think Mason has some artwork that they've been doing, and we can totally add it in. Absolutely. I'll add mine in. I don't know if anybody's gonna want to buy it, but
well, like I said, I feel like all of the pieces that I personally, all the pieces that I'm going to donate, I'm going to put a reasonable price on them, just to make sure, that It Takes a Village does get a good, decent amount, but it's also not priced ridiculousness. Now, I'm not talking about these portraits that take me 25 hours to do. I'm not talking about anything like that, but, some of our fun stuff that we've done for paint nights, or some of my Disney character stuff, but we won't use Disney, so just character stuff. I'm gonna donate some nice pieces, and like I said, I'm not gonna. Not only do I need to get rid of them, but I want them to go towards a good cause. So that's why I thought about this earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna surprise Momma on the live feed and just tell her that I'm gonna. Well, for somebody like you who dedicates so much of your time and so much of your love and your effort to do something like that, I figure it's the least that I can do to help in some sort of way, in some small way.
Thank you. It'll go to feed a lot of people. That is for sure.
I also am planning on doing some more elaborate pieces that will be auctioned off later on in the year. And those will be going directly to the Rose Dynasty Foundation. That's specifically for Rose Dynasty.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about that. That's so exciting. What an exciting night. I want to address this really quick. So Jennifer, yes, I kind of touched on it a little bit ago. Depending on where we do the pageant, there are some laws and rules. The reason we didn't do last year is because we had to pay a big fee for it to be streamed. There's a lot of technicality to that. But it is definitely in my plan, especially now that we live in a streaming world. I want to make sure that when we do go back to live in person, that we're still able to reach people that aren't able to. And I know Jennifer lives over 2 hours away, and those things too. So absolutely. So awesome. Does anybody have any questions? So we'll open it up for a few minutes. We're about 55 minutes in. So about 50.
I will say this. Maya's phone just told me low power mode, so if it cuts off, I just want to say I love you guys, and I will answer any of your questions. Just send me a private message. All right, so we'll stay on as long as we can, but it might cut me off.
Hopefully you got at least 5 more minutes on here. So any questions? I know there's a little delay, so please feel free to shoot us a question. If you have a question for Cherilyn or myself, we'll just chit chat back and forth while we wait for some questions. But that's pretty exciting. I'm really excited about this next year. We have definitely come a long way. Craziness.
I know. I'm excited to see the response to the news. I'm very excited.
Yeah. And what we'll do is I'll create probably a very similar flyer to what I made for this. And it'll be like an official flyer announcement too.
Absolutely.
Ah.
It'll be me just like this, as a boy with the crown on. Oh.
I love it. Y'all, Evie's like all up in our business. So.
Oh, Evie.
She's like, I need love. Oh. Listen, this is what this is a goal this year. I don't care what you say. We're finally going to do this.
Yes, I am going to make an art page. I do not have one. I've just got random paintings just strung out between all of my different rants on Facebook.
Yeah. We've been talking.
I will do that. I will put Cherilyn's art, and it will be just a specific page for that.
And even if I get with you and I bring the computer over, because I know you usually work on your phone mostly.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have a desktop, do you, or a computer?
No, I do have a desktop, and I have a laptop as well. But my laptop is a POS. So if anybody wants to sponsor that, I need a new one.
Anybody got an extra really good
yeah.
POS computer?
You get an autographed picture of me, just like this.
Even if we get it together and scan or get pictures of everything, and I'll help you create it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we can definitely do that. Anybody else have any questions? Looks like everybody, the numbers are slowly dropping of people watching, so I think they got the news.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we got it. All right, we're out of here. We don't want to look at her anymore.
Out.
We got to look at her for another year.
Puffy, right? Look at puffy face, hairy mama here. Lord. Oh my goodness! I got my first vaccine. Random.
Yes, I saw that.
I had a little tenderness in my arm. Nothing to.
If Dolly can do it, you can do it.
Listen, I got the Moderna, so thank you, Dolly. Oh, look, Richard says hi. Hi. Hello, lady.
Hi, lady parts.
And then, of course, Mom's so proud of her daughter. Of course, we love you,
I love you, Mom. I'll call you in a little bit. I promise.
We were talking about getting her on the call, you and I were, and she's on my wall. How do I tune in? I was
I know.
Aggie girl.
I knew it. She's been asking me all week. How do I make sure I'm on there? I was like, yeah. I told her that we still wanted to do an interview, so hopefully maybe we can figure out how to do that too.
Yes, I have. Well, y'all know my life has just been. I took today off, y'all. I laid on the couch all day. Scott came home from break, and he's like, "You're still in the same spot. This hasn't happened in a very long time."
A very long time. Well, good for you. Sometimes you need that mental health day.
I deserve it. Oh, vaccine.
Yeah.
Vaccine. Wow, I was off there. I was on it better the day I got my vaccine. Brian Carboy. Hi, Brian. Oh, you missed the show. You missed everything.
You missed all the announcements. We gave out $1 million and you missed it.
Missed it. Sorry. You don't get part of that million. Sorry.
Better luck next year.
So just up. Well, since he just got there, maybe some other people just tuning in. The big announcement was we had postponed the Miss Rose Dynasty Pageant to 2022. Miss Cherilyn will still be our reigning Miss Rose Dynasty throughout this year. We have.
I get a new sash too, right? Or do I just have to wipe this out?
I think we should just do a white magic marker and
just add it to
2021. But we're going to be doing some events. Cherilyn's going to be working on an online auction for her artwork. That money will go. Brian knows because Brian's been there volunteering with us throughout the pandemic. So some of that money will go to It Takes a Village, and then some other places. Let's see. We've just got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming. But the huge, big announcement was the Miss Rose Dynasty Pageant will be put on hold for this year, and we will still have current Miss Cherilyn Matthews until 2022.
You're stuck with me.
Y'all are stuck with her. All right. On that note, we have been on here for 1 hour, and I think that's good enough. And I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Another year of purple, Brian says. Yeah.
Yes. Always purple, darling.
Always purple. Listen, I love you all. I love you, Cherilyn. Thank you so much. And as always, everybody, you are loved, accepted, wanted. Thank you so much. We'll see you all next time. Don't forget story time every week, 2:00. Bye.